Good morning, everybody. It is Sunday morning. You're gonna hear Ella in the background, that's life. Last night we had a great time with family. Basically spaghetti, meatballs, and we had s'mores. Well, I didn't have s'mores, but I did eat some chocolate. But we did make an alternative to noodles for me, and that was spaghetti squash, where pretty much we got it. We cut it in half. I say we, it was mostly my father-in-law that did it, but we cut it in half, we de-seeded it. It's easy to say, right? De-seeded. Cooked it, I believe it was at like 425 in that area for about 40 minutes. And then afterwards, what we did is shredded it, and pretty much, it's not gonna look appetizing, but trust me, it was awesome. So that's what it looks like today. That's the leftovers that I'm getting ready to eat for lunch as I break my fast. Pretty much what you see there as far as spaghetti squash is about 7 carbs, give or take. I think it's actually 5.5 once you take the dietary fiber out. But if I was to eat spaghetti noodles, it would have been almost 43 grams of carbs per serving. We always do honest taste tests, and that was actually really good. I ate almost a whole plate full last night, and today I don't feel bloated at all. I feel great. So, good alternative if you want spaghetti and meatballs. Welcome to Monday. And today what I'm gonna do is sitting down watching football yesterday, relaxing, spending time with family, doing that, and I decided my team scored 21 points yesterday. And if anybody doesn't know, I'm a huge Ravens fan. What I decided today, and you know in high school when you score touchdowns, the cheerleaders would do push-ups, things like that. Yesterday I was a cheerleader. So today I'm going to do the work. So what I'm gonna do, 21, 1 leg, 2 leg, double leg, modified crunches with the chair. I wanted to show you guys stuff that you can do even if you're not in the best shape, you have an ache or pain, you have whatever it is, it doesn't matter. After that, I'm going to do 21 modified push-ups. After that, 21 squats. Then I'm gonna work on biceps, things like that. So the reason I'm doing this, we actually have a tropical storm just hanging off our coast, throwing some rain at us, throwing some weather at us. So I don't want to go outside and have a repeat of almost getting struck by lightning. What I'm gonna do is that modified workout for you. Don't expect it to be pretty, guys. I am gonna be 100% transparent, as I always am. Sorry, I was so close. My weakest point right now is my abdominals and my lower back, for obvious reasons. You can't work out your abdominals without operating your lower back, and I couldn't do that for a couple years. So I'm really gonna focus on my abdominals going forward. And the reason why, you build a strong core, you have a stronger everything else around it. You know, it builds a good balanced system. So definitely gonna focus on that. And with losing weight, I noticed my stomach is kind of dropping, which that's okay. But I wanna build that muscle up underneath of it. So that's what we're gonna work on. You're gonna see it, you're gonna see me struggle, and that's okay.
Hi, the editor of this video is here, and you guys, as much as I want to show you these workouts that John did, it's just simply not appropriate. You see what I mean? It's just not appropriate. It's just not. So he did do all of the leg lifts. You're going to have to really just take his word for it. And let's just get to the other part of the video.
So I've been doing this for what now? This will be week 21, I do believe.
Has it been 21 weeks?
Yeah,
because I'll be 25 weeks pregnant, and you started as soon as we found out I was pregnant. You started a week later.
A couple weeks later, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, so it's been 21 weeks this week. At weigh-in Wednesday, it'll be 21 weeks.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask you this as an outside person, not me just talking. What is something that you've observed positive about what I've done and something negative? And I want you to be real about it.
No pressure.
No, I'm not.
Well, there's so many more positives than negatives, obviously. The number one positive thing is you're just overall so much more happy and positive, like yourself. Mm-hmm. And you're able to help so much. I mean, physically help so much, like night and day.
Right.
So that's been amazing. I would say your ability to literally do anything for us physically in the house is just such a blessing, and reminds me of like old school John.
Yeah.
Negative?
Besides you not being able to eat anything you want being pregnant, I remember We kind of talked about that too. Let's just be honest with everybody, okay?
Okay.
Well, I know you usually are, but we kind of talked about how the differences with diet and weight gain and everything else with Ella, we were younger. We had no idea.
Yeah.
And I think I gained about 50, 60 pounds, and you were in that range too.
You gained like 30 pounds. Did you gain that much?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I was about
You were small.
I was like 265, 270 in that area.
When I had her?
Mm-hmm. I was 240.
Yeah, I was about to say, you were small.
And I was like 290 when you had her.
Yeah, I remember you almost getting to 300 pounds was a really big deal.
Yeah.
Because you were like, what in the world? Isn't that funny how,
But
both of us.
We realized, honestly, and this isn't Ella's fault at all, it was us being young, immature, and not realizing. We were just like, oh, we can eat whatever we want.
Yeah. I didn't realize it, how easily, obviously I've always been big, but it was, so easy to put on weight pregnant.
Mm-hmm. And it was easy for me to put it on. I mean, we were eating fast food every day.
We lived at my parents' house, and we barely knew each other. Yeah, it was honestly, it was just very irresponsible eating. Yeah. And we weren't really happy. I'm not saying that in a bad way, but we still were trying to get to know each other.
Yeah. And
I was dealing with pregnancy hormones and just not knowing you that well, and we had some issues, not issues, but we were soothing ourselves with food.
Yeah, and then versus this pregnancy, that was enough negative there.
Yeah, it wasn't negative, but yeah.
And then this pregnancy where you've gained, if you don't mind me asking, how much have you gained?
9 pounds.
9 pounds.
Yeah.
Versus 70 from before.
When I was this pregnant with Ella, I had already gained over 35, 40 pounds. Right. My doctor was chill out. Right. Naturally, you should have been.
And I think that's night and day. I mean, I'm losing weight, but that's because I'm able to go out and run and do all these things.
You can fast. I can't fast.
Exactly.
There's a lot of reasons, but also, I mean, there are people who are bigger who don't gain any weight at all, and kudos to them. It's hard, and it's been hard.
But 9 pounds is nothing. I mean, I could gain 9 pounds this week and lose it by next week.
It's just hard for me because my body, I'm already uncomfortable, and it's changing in weird ways, and it makes me super self-conscious.
Yes.
I'm not very self-conscious typically. Shut up, John. But I'm having more self-conscious physical moments that I'm not used to, and that I didn't have with Ella, even when I gained all that weight.
And the reason I laughed, guys, is because I said something small to her, and not a correcting thing at all. And it was just
we can't even tell you what it is because it's so bad.
Right. But
it sent me over the edge. I was already having a bad day.
Right.
I was already triggered from the morning.
And it's more the hormone shift than it is me. It was me being
You were a little insensitive.
Right, with how I approached it.
Right.
All right.
I'm not telling them what happened. There's no...
Lauren bent over to pick something up.
I'm not leaving it in, so you don't have to tell them.
And her pants were coming down.
Oh my god. I'm not leaving it in.
And as a joke, I thought it would be funny to be like, ooh, joking around. And obviously she was self-conscious about that because she turned around, looked mortified. I felt terrible. I honestly felt terrible.
Because I was really, of all of the weird things that we've done in our life, that's what's you're gonna say to?
All I said was, ugh.
I know, but being me, you
and
know
then
me.
You ran with it.
To be fair, that was not your fault because I had dealt with something that morning that really upset me.
And
and I was crying. It was not a good day for me. I was so upset. My feelings were already hurt, and then I was great, and now my husband thinks I'm gross.
Right, which is not the case at all. It's just...
Logically, I know that.
Right, and I know you know that logically.
But it's hard. My body is changing, and I would never feel as sexy.
I would never make fun of you in that way. It was just your pants were coming down, you turned around, looked at me, and I was like, oh,
It didn't...
And it was between... And I'm sure you guys deal with it with your husbands or wives. You guys joke around, and that's what I thought I was doing.
Which we do a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
But obviously, that was not the time or the day for it.
We missed the mark there.
Definitely. So I apologize for making you upset.
We worked it out.
I know, I'm just saying. I apologize for making you upset.
Great. I know.
But that goes back to keeping everything in perspective, I mean, I have to do a better job with you realizing that you are pregnant, things are changing, and you may be self-conscious about that. So that is something I need to be better with.
I don't know why I'm struggling so much this pregnancy with being so self-conscious physically.
And I think I have a theory on that.
I have a theory too. I think it's because you're losing weight.
And I was going to say, and I told them earlier, you can't compare your success and your failures to somebody else. Mm-hmm. You're seeing me be successful losing weight and you cannot take part because you're pregnant. I mean, you're doing the little things. We're walking more. We're doing things around the house more. We're doing that. But you want to be able to lose weight too and see that on a scale or on, through numbers.
And I'm like only going to get bigger, and that's like all I keep thinking about.
Exactly.
It stresses me out, but at the same time, I know that I'm growing a human and that I'm super proud of that. I have worked really hard to be more in tune with my body this pregnancy. But like watching you shrink before my eyes is hard. It's hard.
It is, and I get it.
It's a great thing. Like I've always thought you're attractive, but it's like it's been wonderful and I'm so proud of you. But it is really hard for me because I'm like, I'm just getting more gross.
Well, we can't compare ourselves to other people. There's plenty of other people who do weight loss stuff, things like that.
Yeah.
And if I compared my success to their success, I lose like 3 pounds a week on average, if that. There's people out there that are losing 20, 25 pounds.
A week?
I'm saying it's an exaggeration, but let's say they lose 10 pounds. Mm-hmm. I can't compare myself to them.
Right.
That's not fair. You are making a human right now.
I know.
So you cannot compare my weight loss to something you're doing wrong or something you're not doing when you're doing everything the right way.
I want to be attractive for you.
And you are. Look at you. As you're posing here.
With my pillow, this is the standard fat girl pose. Find the biggest pillow you have and cover your body with it. I love having our talks.
No, and just going back to, we can't live a life comparing to other people.
Yeah, I agree.
Because then you're setting yourself up and you're destined to fail. I mean,
it's true.
If you look at what happened the other day, I mean, you feeling self-conscious about yourself, there's no reason. I mean, it's not logical for me to say there's no reason. That's your feelings. If you're just doing it from comparison, there's no reason for it. Like, you're beautiful.
I don't think I'm comparing myself to anybody. I think it's more just like, I love you so much that I just want to make sure that you feel happy, satisfied, taken care of, like attracted.
And I get that, and I feel the same way with you. Like that. But at the same time, in a relationship, you're building a human. You have to give yourself grace.
Yeah, it's really hard.
And I get that. It is hard. And that you got to give yourself grace with anything. And I know I'm looking at her while talking, and that may be annoying, but I haven't said this to you yet. I'm proud of you for this pregnancy because you could have literally went off the deep end and brought desserts and everything in the house, and you haven't done that. You've been trying to help me stick to what I'm doing. I thank you for that, because even when I have weak points, you're like, are you sure you want to eat that? Like, and I don't mean that like you're controlling what I eat.
I just know how important it is to you.
And that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, you keep me accountable for what I'm doing, which is a great thing.
And it helps me because we're saving each other by you starting this. Helped me because it was right when I found out I was pregnant. It could go either way. Mm-hmm. You knew you had to step up and take care of me because we do have a lot of things to get done around here and just life. And you did. And it really has, like, so I'm stepping up, you're stepping up. Yeah. And only positive things have come from it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you're there to reset me and remind me that, hey, you may not want to eat that because you're trying to do this, or
you have a big goal,
right?
And I know that you really want to get it, and I know how excited we are about it. Like, the 100 pounds by Christmas. Mm-hmm. That moment, because I have food issues,
and so
that momentary like bliss that you feel with food is such a short, like lived moment, and then you feel like and it just could spiral, and then you've gained weight, and then you're not feeling good, and it makes you self-conscious,
and you go down a dark hole.
It's dark, and it changes everything else in your life when you go through something like that, especially when you're sharing your weight loss on the internet.
Right.
So I'm looking forward to doing this adventure and seeing like what happens.
And that'll be a big part of, and you guys have asked multiple times where this channel would go after I reach my goal, which I'm far away from, guys. I mean, I am nowhere near where I want to be.
Yeah.
But after Everett is born, that's kind of the direction our channel's going to take. It's going to be both of us working.
His channel.
It's still our channel.
I know, but his channel.
That will be the direction it will take. It will be more of a focus on getting you where you want to be physically and mentally.
Yeah.
And obviously taking care of our child and balancing children, balancing life, balancing meals,
our health,
exactly.
Everything, yeah.
So, and it'll be fun for me to be able to get you back into where you physically want to be. Because I know right now with you, and we talk about it off camera, I don't know if you talk about it on camera, but you have aches and pains right now that I went through, that I understand. Like with the back issues, things like that prevent you from doing a lot of things you want to do.
Especially my lower back, because my belly is so big. It's painful to, at the end of the day, I'm done.
Right.
So I'm excited to feel good, and I'm excited to like see how much I can change my body physically without putting too much pressure on myself.
Exactly.
To like look a certain way, to do weigh-ins and stuff. I don't know how I'll do that on this channel, if I will.
And that is all
my main focus is my mental health. I have to be really good with that.
Of course. And once you are in a good place mentally, then everything comes along physically with that.
I agree.
So, and that's going to be your prerogative. I'm not going to be like, you need to get on the scale, you need to do this, you need to do that. That is not what I'm about or what this channel is about.
Yeah, I've done the weight loss route thing, and it's great, and it really does hold you accountable. But it holds you accountable to people who may not understand some things, that what you're going through mentally or what you're experiencing.
Definitely.
So I am a little hesitant, but I'm also excited because I know that it's for the better of my health.
And that's why I talk about mental health on my channel, because some people don't believe in mental health. They just believe that you're, I don't want to say a baby, but that you're weak. But
and that's
their belief.
Yeah, I mean, you can't change people who feel that way. It's a lot of how people were raised too, I think. And
to me, I used to feel that way. I used to feel like if you admit to having issues that you are mentally weak, mentally weak, but not realizing that you have to be strong to come forward with that stuff, especially to people that may not understand what you're going through. And those same people could be in your family, in your own home. And luckily in my own home, I've never had those issues. I've never had those issues in my home.
I've been self-aware from a very young age.
Right. But I do know people that have.
Yeah.
And they come forward and they may be kind of put down for it.
Yeah. Or they're met with like shake it off.
Right.
Right.
And that's how I was raised. And that's, growing up in the time I did, the early 90s, into that, there was not a focus on mental health.
Right.
And that's kind of how it was treated. Hey, you're having a mental issue, or you're just being a baby. Walk it off, shake it off. You're fine. Sometimes, you need to be told that, and you do need to go shake it off. Other times, there's deeper lying issues within that.
Yeah, I agree.
That we can't just shake off or walk off.
You end up eating it away.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's really what happened. So
when you address what's going on up here, it helps everything work better.
Exactly. Now, with that being said,
are we going to end the vlog?
We are. We got this. Love you guys. Thank you for all the support and everything. And we will see you on Thursday for Weigh-In Wednesday. All right. Bye, friends.
Bye.